everyone, it's Toonfangirl38's.
Oh, there you go, you can't remember your own name.
Shut up. And I have my friend, my YouTube friend here, Demon0981. So, we're going to begin with, for my first video, with the my top 10 favorite anime / manga. Okay, so, starting at number 10, I have Bakugan. And the reason I like Bakugan is because it's about a character named Dan and his friends. But Dan's mostly the main character. So Dan has to basically go and battle around brawlers. Like after they find like Bakugan raining on the sky, he said, like at the first video, he said something like, the sun was just like little toy toys until the cars came down, they rolled them on him, and it was like revolution right there for them. And they had to go and basically battle each other's Bakugan until one of them got up to the champion battle brawler. So Dan has to go on numerous adventures to succeed in getting, like, you know, the victory, like to the champion. And he has to battle people and stuff at like random places. He has to battle his enemies, and it's pretty much like that. That's mostly all I have to explain for it. Coming at number 9 is one of my personal favorites. If you guys ever heard of it, it's episodes and a manga. So coming at number 9 is Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin is about a samurai / swordsman. He's very...
Actually, he's talking around laser swordsman.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's very... It's a good graphic novel. I mean...
That's what it is in all anime series, for anybody with numbers.
Yes, but it's really good if you really get into those books. It's basically about a swordsman who has to keep peace in a village after getting numerous attacks. For example, the first book is about him coming and meeting all the people in there, and he destroys his first enemy in the last of the book, at the end of the book. And yeah, so that's pretty much what he has to do. But he does have to go and... I can't say kill people, because his sword is designed not to kill people. Because, well, this one's hard to explain, but he has to go and... I know, I'm repeating myself, but I know. And he has to go and, like, battle big enemies, I suppose, that try to destroy the village or hate him. So in the very last manga, he has to destroy a guy who was burned pretty badly.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, he had bandages all over himself, and...
Actually, there was something very interesting about that character.
Go ahead. You want to get in camera?
Actually, that character that you're describing, and they tried to execute him by burning him alive, but it didn't really work.
He said something about coming one with the fire, and he was used to getting burned.
But in the end, because his skin so dried out and becoming a living candle, he went up like a tinderbox at the end.
Spoiler alert, he does die. So, if you don't want to hear this, then I suggest you go and get the manga now, because it's really good.
Also, there's another one that comes up. That makes me wonder, how on earth did they come up with them? And then the manga tension, and he has to go up against this one big guy who is able to breathe fire due to the fact that he has, I'm not kidding, a large sack of oil in his stomach.
And all you have to do is fight it.
With teeth. All he has to do is spew out oil and put those teeth together and becomes fire.
Never spoiler, he does die. But he dies helping, Kenshin, so... Yes, he does die helping, because he does not like his master. Okay, now, number 8, I know you guys will all like this, most of you.
This is her personal opinion.
My personal opinion. Okay, so, number 9 of my favorite anime/manga is Naruto. If you guys have not heard of this, I'll explain more about it. Naruto is about a boy who was raised by his parents, and one of his parents, his dad, was a Hokage. And a Hokage was a leader out of 4 of them in the village.
I don't know. Each village has their own leader.
Yeah, so he was one of the Hokages, his dad, but when he was, the point...
When he was baby mostly, and his father had grown up against this 9-tailed demon and fox.
And it was put inside his mom, basically, and when his mom had him, she transferred the 9-tailed fox into him. And his parents died after getting stabbed with the 9-tailed.
And the weird part about that is, nobody respects him at all because his father used to be in the previous Hokage. Mostly because
He's very mature.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, what he has to do is basically convince people he can become Hokage. And he goes to training for that and stuff. And he kept telling people he was going to become the Hokage. But no one listened because they all thought he was too immature for that. So, what happened was...
They listened to the powers of the 9-tailed fox keep him out.
Exactly. And people became afraid of him. And if you guys really want to know what happens in the end, if you watch more of the shows that progress and what happens, he does become Hokage and he is very mature.
Spoiler alert.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I've seen all of these and they're all my personal favorites in my opinion. If you do not like them, I'm sorry. In my personal opinion, these are my favorites. Naruto is listed at number 8 because it's not my favoriteest, but it is one of my favorites.
For me, actually, it's kind of plot and just interest. Is to be who will find out after the exams. And Sasuke just turned evil.
Yeah, Sasuke though, boy, he's gone. Spoiler alert, in the end, Naruto does marry Hinata, and they have kids.
That's like after the Shippuden or something.
Yes, it's way after that happened. So what he has to do basically is destroy enemies, work his way up to the top. And for a while he does go against pretty bad ones, for example like Pain. You guys know him?
The battle.
My Pain is greater than yours. That guy. Yeah, he's pretty powerful with his team.
Sasuke's older brother, Itachi, Sasuke himself. And of course, one of the Sennin Shinobi, which is like, kind of was like a Sith Lord, named Orochi Mizumaru, who's basically like one of the creepiest characters in this show.
Yes, very creepy. He's like,
Especially because he's a humanoid snake.
just gonna say that.
Literally.
This one, I told you guys I'm sharing with my YouTube friend, Demon0981. This is his personal favorite. It's a classic, actually, so
Actually, it should be everybody's classic.
I'm gonna let him duck down next to me, and he will explain this one.
And then you go with the next record.
With that, coming at number 7 is Pokemon.
Yeah, for number 7 I chose Pokemon, mostly because, as well, it actually started when I was growing up. The camera, but it started in around the mid-1990s. Pokemon was actually a pretty good show.
It's classic too, so that's why I said
And that's still going on because of the video games.
those things are pretty cool.
Well, most people would say that Pokemon's kind of lost its edge and thanks to the new games. I kind of disagree. And there are a lot of video games based on Pokemon, not just the classics, Red, Blue,
Black and white?
Red, Blue, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum,
No.
Black, White, X, and Y.
Oh, you I'm kidding.
The first, I guess some should say, season, or first generation of the series, is mostly about Ash becoming the Pokemon Master with the help of two of the Kanto region gym leaders, Brock and Misty. However, they're always trailed behind by members of Team Rocket, Jesse, James, and Yells, because Ash's Pikachu seems to be the most interesting Pokemon that they can come across. But there is one other thing I have to say. Why aren't there any Orange Island games? I don't mean the hack mods. It's in Viz.com. I mean the games that follow the Orange Island saga.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay, guys. So these other two are my YouTuber's friend. This is in his opinion his favorite anime / manga. Because I gotta give him a part in here. So coming at number 6 is
One Piece. Now, for those guys who can remember tonight being like an afternoon, after school thing, and One Piece used to be one of my favorite shows growing up. Days until they cut it right after Luffy goes up against Arlong. No, wait, no, not Arlong. Crocodile, or Mr. Zero from the Rope Works. Because that really kind of, pissed me off a bit. But, now, after that, as the other episodes after that, and online. One Piece, the backstory behind it is this pirate king known as Gold Roger. He had a fortune, and before he was executed by Marines. And on his last breath, he says that anybody who finds this treasure will become king of the pirates. So our main character, Monkey D. Luffy, he has to travel all the way to where this treasure is, in the Grand Line. Along the way, he does come across interesting crew members and friends, such as Nami, a thief and navigator, Zoro, who's a three-sword-wielding samurai. Wait, no, he's a swordsman. And Usopp, who's supposed to be a sniper with a slingshot. Sanji, a womanizing chef. I'm trying to remember the other ones. It has been a while. Tony Chopper, an anthropomorphic reindeer who has the abilities of a human fruit, which allows him to turn into a human, or switch between normal animal, anthro animal, or in most people's case, a furry. I'm swearing the entirety of that word. And basically ultimate human life. Nico Robin, who was one of the winners of Baroque works, who's kind of like an archaeologist of the group. Brooke, a living skeleton. Frankie, a cyborg. I think that's about it. But among Wolfie's adventures, he's encountered pirates. And so I have to say, from a creator's perspective, really interesting. The first one being in Donkey the Clown, second one being in Captain Crow, third being in John Creed, of course, Sawtooth Armor, Waffle, and Crocodile. But the most interesting arc that I found was, apart from the Amazon movie, the arc, where it was in the fellow Hancock, and Aquarius is coming impelled down, which is like this huge prison in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of like Alcatraz. But with that being said, let's move on to number 5.
Coming in number 5 is
Yu-Gi-Oh! Another anime I grew up with, and actually had a fun time playing the card game.
It's not like that, like with the tough guy or whatever, the really tough guy, is that? Is that in our Animal Adventures? Like the really tough guy, with the blue eyes and stuff?
Oh, I think I know what you mean.
Is that in... No? Okay.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is basically about this boy named Yu-Gi-Oh! Who comes up, who's given in the Mayan puzzle by his grandfather, which houses the spirit of this scene, and is his ancestor, who's the pharaoh of ancient Egypt. But for all of us who have grown up in the 90s and early 2000s, and we all know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is about. Dual monster fighting. Each character, or duelist, has a certain deck that has some very interesting, and in some cases, very creepy and disturbing monsters. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh's most powerful card, and probably most popular, there is the Dark Magician. So Kaiba's in Rise White Dragon, and Joey Wheeler, before he used to be Rise White Dragon until he lost it in the Battle City saga, to this Wheeler Hunter who cheated using the Exodia deck. But among the most creepy and disturbing cards in the game, and in the series, I've mentioned this before, in my childhood fears. Vanquished and Thousand Eyes Restrict. After you want to hear what I've said about them, go see my video on my channel.
Done? Okay. Now we're moving on to number 4, where we are going to both explain this.
I'm going to have to explain a little bit better.
High School of the Dead. Take it away.
As popular as The Walking Dead is to most people nowadays, is otaku anime fans are the same with High School of the Dead, which is an anime version of The Walking Dead. Basically, it's a zombie apocalypse, and the high school students have to figure out how to survive. I've only read 2 of the manga, but it's already pretty interesting.
There's not much to explain for you.
There's a lot of blood and gore, and there's a lot of fan service.
There's a lot of blood because it's obviously zombies and high school students. Okay, so are you done with that?
I believe so, because that's all the information I got on that one.
Alright, this is my personal favorite. This is one of the ones that I really like. Coming at number 3, I have Circuit the Freak.
Or Cirque the Freak.
Yeah. Okay, so if you guys don't like vampires or anything like that, I'm going to convince you to like this. Or I'm just going to talk to you and you might get actually interested in it. So, this manga slash, no, it's not quite episodes, it's just a manga. So what happens is actually, they did play that, but it was a human.
Live action?
It was live action. Anyways,
Of course.
it's about a young boy named Darren Shan, and he goes to a circus and runs into a vampire named, what is his name?
I know, let me see my phone.
While he looks that up, I'm going to explain more what happens. So he runs into a regular human, or what he thinks. So what happens basically is his friend Steve wants to become a vampire, and he knows who this actor is. Once he goes off the stage and the show ends, Steve sneaks into where
Oh, here it is. Martin Crepsley. Crepsley, 1 minute.
Okay, so the actor's name is Martin Crepsley. So, Martin is a vampire, and only Steve knows that, which is Darren's friend. So Steve goes and tries to make Martin put blood into him and make him a vampire. But when Martin agrees to do it, he sucks the blood from Steve's throat and says Steve is evil. Turns out in later episodes he is. Spoiler alert. For those who read it, you guys already know what happens. But what is so interesting about this series is Darren has to sacrifice himself after he steals Madame Octa, which is Martin's spider accompanist. He steals Madame Octa, and Madame Octa bites Steve after Darren's sister comes in Darren's room and screams and startles Madame Octa. She bites Steve, and Darren has to sacrifice himself to Martin to save his friend. So what Demon does is he becomes a half-vampire, still can go insane, be all that normal human, but needs blood to survive.
Now it's vampire cliche traits.
So in the manga, Darren...
Oh, no, side note, he doesn't sparkle when he's in sunlight.
Darren...
Wait, please tell me he doesn't.
Darren has to go on adventures, and it shows how Darren grows up and gets used to living with life. So, I can't tell you guys the end, that's up for you to decide. But if you are interested in this manga, please go to the library and read it. I mean, it's an excellent series. With that said, coming at number 2 as my very personal favorite, very close to my heart, is Death Note. Now, I might need a little help explaining this, because I've only read like 4 mangas of this.
Of course.
But it is a personal favorite because I was addicted to it for a long time. And as I said, the main character is Light.
Yeah, I think according to this, it is like, what you got, is this young genius who basically has a hatred for all things evil. So, but his life changes drastically when he comes across this black notebook called Death Note. Basically what this is anyone's ultimate weapon. All you have to do is write down any person's name and let me know, and write down how they can die. He does this by exterminating all criminals, but then he becomes drunk with power, of course.
And it ends up in the wrong hands.
Well, it's in his hands, and that's it.
Still the wrong hands.
Well, this is going on, and this agency called Interpol is aiding in the services of this weird guy named L, who's kind of like Jeff the Killer, but I don't know how else to describe him.
Good, I suppose.
He's got a good version of Jeff the Killer, just not without the mouth scars.
But I did read the manga like in 3rd grade, so don't blame me for not remembering much. I remember it by heart, but there's not much else you can talk about.
And so this anime didn't really interest me at all.
And his opinion. Okay, now coming at number 1 is my favorite. If you guys have seen it, you know it's good. Unless, you know.
And I'm gonna get up because this is starting to hurt my legs.
Okay, coming at number 1 is, God, that hurts. Attack on Titan.
Ow.
Okay, Attack on Titan is my favorite, my personal favorite, in my opinion. It is literally the best of the best. So if you guys watch Toonami on Saturdays or whenever you want, mostly on Saturdays because that's all it plays.
Well, if you can stay up late enough to watch it.
Or if you have a DVR and it records.
Actually, you need to watch it online.
But the main character's name is Aaron. And basically what happens is...
This guy gets attacked by a cannibalistic giants.
Yeah, basically. So, let me show you a picture of the...
And one of the main characters, or at least 2 of them,
Armin and Mikasa.
are able to turn into titans themselves.
No, not Armin. Or Mikasa. 3 other characters then.
Well, I have read in the manga, and I know that some of the main characters are able to do that.
So. Okay, so basically their town is attacked by cannibalistic titans, like you said. So this is a picture. I don't know if you guys can quite see it. No, you can't. I'm sorry about this. I'm truly sad. Yes, it's clearing just a little bit. Hang on.
I'm going to have to put a photo down.
The one with black hair in the very, very back is Levi. If you guys already know him. Levi is the captain, basically, of a team, I suppose. Of his team. Okay, but the point is, so when Aaron was a young boy, his father put something into him that made him forget what he put into him and what happens after. So what Aaron has to do is he joins the army of attacking the Titans, basically, and he helps kill them. So what we know so far, if you guys have watched it, is his mom and dad are dead. And Aaron has to take on the reign, basically. But what is so shocking is in episode 10, spoiler alert, I'm so sorry guys, I have so many spoiler alerts in here. Episode 10?
Yeah, that's what your description should be. Carson, it contains spoilers.
A lot. Spoiler, Aaron can turn into a Titan.
Like yourself.
When he bites his thumb. Also, Annie was in the... It's a joke, guys. I'm sorry. It's Reiner. Or Reiner. Okay, so for Thor, Reiner and Annie can turn into Titans too. For Thor is the Colossal Titan, the one with no skin, and he can kill people because he has no control over the Titan. Reiner is the Armored Titan, pretty strong one, and I'm not sure which one Annie is. But that's what I found out so far. Aaron can turn into a Titan whenever he wants when he bites his thumb. But unfortunately, after he was reintroduced, he killed himself again, so saving the Cosmo Army. So if you guys are actually interested in this, look out for the episodes, because this series is really, truly an interesting one. Moving on to our honorable mentions. My friend here, I'm going to refer to him as my YouTuber buddy, my pen pal here. I'm going to refer to him as my pen pal, I guess. No, but not far away, I guess just my YouTuber buddy. He's going to do the first honorable mention. Take it away.
For my honorable mention, it's any of the Dragon Ball series.
I'm kidding, guys, I'm kidding.
And then there's already a joke about that in the series.
Yes, there is.
For those of you who know, Dragon Ball home to Dragon Ball Z and so on and so forth, there was like this major action from anime series is about this Saiyan warrior named Goku, who was mostly one of the peaceful good guys. Like, excuse me a minute. Yeah, basically the synopsis of the series is that there's 7 mystical orbs, hence called the Dragon Balls. Each one of them has a various number of black stars on them. If all 7 are collected, the user can summon the dragon god Shenlong, and to make any wish. However, there's a catch. If you wish for someone to be brought back from the dead, they can only be brought back once. I know. The main character of Goku is probably like one of the most innocent characters. But then there are others as well such as Vegeta, Raditz, who is his brother, Piccolo, which used to be him, but some of the villains in the series are pretty good, like Frieza, and Vegeta, Cell, mostly because he's one of the most disturbing things in the show. the Demon King, I forget what his name is, Diablo?
Diablo. No idea.
No, it might be close.
Never seen that.
But one of my least favorites, and this has been mentioned, and then School Attacks, Death Battles, alright, good series, is Majin Buu. And a lot of people would agree that Majin Buu is one of the worst duties and villains. Mostly because there's almost no way of stopping him. And if you want to know what I mean, watch Majin Buu versus Kirby.
What?
Actually, I have one more thing to say.
What?
Goku has been mentioned in Death Battle, as well as epic rap battles of history, where he went up against Superman.
Just kidding. That's the stuff is good. And then,
Where he's portrayed by Ray William Johnson. And I like to see in that epic rap battle, Goku wins.
spoiler alert. You forgot to say spoiler alert, jerk.
Well, by now they probably have seen it,
Okay.
because it's a season 3.
You done, YouTuber?
Yes.
Okay. This is actually the end of my video. I thank you guys for watching, and if I messed up, I'm so sorry. It's my first video. I'm just a little nervous. Subscribe to this guy. You can't see my thumb. Subscribe to this guy. He's good. I mean, he knows his stuff. And put comments below on how this video was and if you guys want me to do the next one. But I am actually going to do the next one shortly after this. My next video is my worst fears. Everybody's got to do it. You got to get to know me. You know one of them. And that is you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So subscribe to me, and I thank you guys for watching this video. And I promise it'll be much better next time, and I appreciate you for watching. Thank you. And bye, YouTubers.
Yeah.